Nice, bro. Let's fucking go. I think we qualified, bro. I think we fucking qualified. I think we did it, bro. Oh my fucking god. You're the fucking best, bro. Yo, we're actually such a god duo, bro. Oh my fucking god.
Don't get too excited.
What's up guys, today I'm gonna show you how I qualified for Division 4 from Division 5 to Division 4. It's really simple. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so our first game was actually trash. We got 0 points. We died like in the mid game, at the beginning of the end game. But our second game was a game that we won. I'm gonna just show this game to you guys. First of all, make sure you guys have a drop map. If you do not have a drop map in these Div 5 lobbies, you're just cooked, because you're gonna get griefed. You're gonna have a worse drop than everyone else. And Div 5 is all about playing placement and not dying off spawn. We decided to land latte landing though, but we swerved a lot of times. Like, we actually swerved a lot of times. Also, make sure you have awareness of where the players are landing around you. So you see there's 2 players in our POI. So then we see that they landed there, right? So we can just loot this whole right side area, because nobody's gonna be here, right? They're gonna have way worse loot than us. So eventually you're gonna also see us like look for a beam at them. And yeah, you have to make sure you are always like scouting around. See, look what I'm gonna do right now. Alright, as you can see, I'm opening my tops. I'm just looking at them. See, I see them drop the medmiss grenade. I also just pop a medmiss grenade. And just keep being aware of where your opponents are off spawn. If you do that, dude, trust me, you're gonna have a way better off spawn, because you're not gonna get lurked on and you're gonna have the upper hand. Look, I see them on the roof right now. Little late reaction right there. Hit one for 20. 100. Okay, we know he's cracked. So we just start pushing them, right? We have way better guns. So look at their loot. One only has a banana and a purple MK, which is like actually the worst gun in the game. So we just start to push him right here. Always make sure when you start in the fight, make sure you go from tops. Alright, look, you can see us start to push in from up top, right? And I did not know that this guy was actually lurking on me. Like, he just went for a little jump shot up there. He got a hit on me. I hit him 20. And then this is one of the most important things. When you kill one, you have to instantly just loot up the body. Look, my teammate kills one. He tells me that we're gonna loot up the body and then start to push, okay? There's no need to rush. He can't do anything really. All he can do is just stay here. So that's why when you kill one, you just play time for the other one, okay? Alright, as you can see, this is how the fight ends. George actually just fights him and just kills them both. Alright, as you can see right here from George angles, kills one, plays time, takes all the mats, then the other one just jumps in. All you have to do is wait. You do not need to push. Alright, so now we're pretty much very stacked. We're both stacked. We have actually god heals, good mats. And from latte, there's a lot of places you can rotate into for metal, right? You can see painted palms, you can rotate in for metal, you can rotate here for metal, rotate here for metal, right there for metal. There's like metal all around latte landing, right? So we just decide to go here and farm up all our metal. And also, a very great tip, you do not need to rush in these games, because everyone is playing zone, bro. Everyone is staying in zone in Div 5, because nobody can rotate, chat. Nobody in Div 5 can rotate, okay? So all you have to do is just stay in zone. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Like, every one of these guys, they're gonna be stuck on edge, right? So we just keep rotating in, keep going to the middle, because all you have to do in Div 5 is play center map. There's nobody around this center map. Maybe like 5 teams or something, and everyone is on edge, bro. Alright, I'm gonna quickly just skip into the end game. Guys, what you should do in Div 5, right? You can literally jetpack anywhere, but you have to do it safe, right? See, we're jetpacking right here, but we're doing it safely. Look. We're doing it from an angle where these top kids can barely look at us. Yeah, so basically, we're just doing it from an angle where these people can't really look at us, right? All these people boxed up here, right? All these people are just looking back at the kids from congested side, and we just rotate through here, and we just have a free rotate into that side. Look at the map, look at the map. we are on the best position right now on the map. This is dead side, right? But you don't want to be ultra dead side, because if it pulls back here, then all these kids are just gonna hold you. So you have to stay like in a middle point. All you have to do is in these zones, just stay in the middle and rotate early if you think that side is free. If that side is free, you can just rotate early. Alright, look, zone's about to pull, right? And we know that the death side is right here, because we just heard all these kids right here. We're like hearing all these shots here. And we see that the zone is actually pulling back to that side. So nobody's here. And since we're the front team, we're in the middle of the map. Since we're the front team, we just have an easy rotate. We can go instantly. Look at this. We can just rotate instantly and get ourselves a good position. Now, also, I want to mention, when you land and you're like on that side, right? Look at the map. Nobody's with us. Actually, nobody's with us. Try to land at places where you can actually refarm as well. We're refarming right here, just getting our mats back up, because nobody's gonna look at us, right? Nobody's gonna look at us. Look, nobody's even around here. Nobody's even rotated in. Alright, we're gonna play early height here, because as I said, we still have a great position, right? Okay, so we're just gonna play an early height base here. We just built up here so we can look at kids. And as I already said, since we were in the middle of the map and that last zone, we can have early rotate priority. So now we can get ourselves deep again. And all these kids on congested side, they're gonna rotate in on this edge. And because we're deep in zone, we can just build ourselves a little tower to maybe, if it pulls to us, we can play height and stuff like that. The majority of these Div 5 games are actually super unstacked, but they somehow still have surge. So make sure you're just making tags and getting tags all around the mid game, early game. And make sure you do not get tagged as much. And these grenades are actually going to come in super handy in the end game. And as you see, all these backside kids, right, they still have to rotate and stuff. And like I said, look, we have the rotate priority. We're in the middle right here. So if it pulls here, we can just go instantly again. Alright, I'm just gonna skip over. Alright, you see? Zone's pulling towards kind of congested side, right? So what we do here, since it pulls to congested side, we do not even have to rotate early. We can just wait and rotate the latest. And when you rotate the latest with these jetpacks, if you rotate late, you're gonna have the best position as well, because you can just land on top of everyone. Alright, all these kids are gonna start rotating in, but we are still absolutely stacked since we went to this dead side. Look, my teammate has 127 mats, I have 125 mats. We're both absolutely stacked, right? We see these kids in the back go, and we know that these are the last teams to go. Like, these are the last kids to go. So we are now the last kids to go. And since we're the last to rotate right now, we can just land on top of a high layer and get a good position. I go up, and now we just have the early high ground. I drop down to reconnect a little more. Go back up. And now we have a great high ground position. All you have to do is just rotate to that side, get center map, and now we have the best position in the game. So what we do here, again, like I said in the last time, when you're the highest person, you don't need to rush your rotate. You can just stay backside, beam everyone so they don't go for height, and then go as the latest player. Alright, I can hit up the air a little bit, so we have to land down, right? We have to land down because I got hit out of the air. Otherwise, we could have landed on a high layer, but now we're down. And since these games do not have crash pads anymore, everyone is jetpacking. So when you have high ground, it's actually the best position in the game. High ground is just actually the meta right now. All you have to do is play high ground, and then you're just chilling. You can see us spray this high team, right? Because we're looking for height. We want to take high ground. Alright, we jetpack up. Now we're on front side. We're separated. Because I landed on a freaking cone or something. I'm just gonna run through, and I get to him, right? Alright, we get together. I heal up. Zone's pulling max again. And when the zones are pulling max, you know that high ground also is pulling max. So the high team is either gonna have to tarp it all out, which I highly doubt, and they're gonna be unstacked in the next thing, or they're gonna jetpack as well. Just jetpack front side on top of this mountain thingy. And I say to my teammate, I just tell my teammate, just get on me right now. Hide this tarp. They have low mats, right? Alright, now that we're together, look. We're together on backside. We just jump right side. And by the way, when you play these end games and you're on low ground or mid ground, make sure you stick to one side of the zone. Make sure you stick to one side of the zone, because you can have way better angles. But when you're on the side, you can just have angles everywhere. Everywhere around you, you're gonna have angles. Alright, we still have great mats, right? Just gonna tarp front, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, look, we're getting sprayed by this team, right? But we can't get sprayed from our back because we're fully on the right side of zone. So we're just chilling here. I tarp out a little bit, and now I start to look at height, right? Look, it pulls back 10 zone. I know high ground just tarped the entire thing, right? So I know they're on low mats. I look up at height. I see height is in wood. Height is actually shambles right now. So I just go for the chop. At this point, we just know that high ground has nothing. So I'm pretty sure we start to jump up soon. Yeah, I just tell my teammate just run up. I know high ground has nothing. We have way more mats than him. My teammate has like 32 builds. I have like 80 builds. We're full chilling. I know we can take high ground easily. Not even gonna heal, just gonna help my teammate. Alright, so right here, we have the high ground, right? My teammate accidentally clicks his freaking jetpack. And he jetpacks in the air, right? He just makes circles and comes back to me. Look, now that we're together, I just keep tarping. And by the way, in these end games, when you're past 10 zone and you have high ground, all you have to do is build these little doubles. All you have to do is build these doubles, just a floor and a cone, and you're gonna have great angles. The game from now on is gonna be very easy. My teammate has like 10 builds, I have 70 builds. So we do need a refresh right now. We're not gonna win the game without a refresh. Look, we see a kid going up right here, and we just start to pressure him because we do not want second height players. All you have to do is spray second height, bro. Make sure second height is not gonna be on your ass, because second height team is gonna be the team that's gonna take high ground. Or if you get griefed, the second high team is gonna be the team that takes high ground, or at least contests high ground. Here I have a crazy beam on the kid. I just decide to jump down, try to take my body. I see the body right there. Take all the mats. Boom. Now I have 22 builds. With these 22 builds, I pretty much can win the game. But we're still low on mats, right? We're still low on mats. My teammates has 0 builds. I only have 9 builds. And in these late games, when you have low mats, all you have to do is just stay on a low layer as well, so you can actually get a refresh. Alright, here I tarp front with my last build. I just tell my teammate just spray everyone, just keep spraying. And as you can see right here, I have 4 builds, right? I'm actually praying to God that the zone pulls back, and the zone fully pulls back, which is kind of lucky. But I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, if this zone didn't pull back, we were not gonna win the game. The zone kind of did pull back, so that's very good. As you can see, we just keep spraying, get a nice little kill there. And we know, because I looked at the map, right? We know it's 1 more duo and 1 solo. When it's 1 more duo and 1 solo, you leave the solo alone. All you have to do is pressure the duo, because you're gonna win from the solo either way. So you don't have to pressure him, shoot him, maybe kill him, because the duo is just gonna take their mats, you know? So all you have to do is pressure the duo. Look, the duo team is 1 HP right now. I tarp down with my last 2 builds. I tell my teammate just drop on this little thingy. And now we are like, we're above this kid right here, right? I see him through the builds. I tell my teammate just jump in. We need this refresh to win the game. I have great mats right now, right? I have great mats. I tell my teammate just mantle up. And now because we pressure the duo is still like actually 1 HP. And since the zone is also putting up, we have the high ground advantage. So they have to come up to us. So I told my teammate that. I told my teammate just wait here. Hold your pump out. And a kid comes up here. I just hit him 111. And then this guy goes up. I kill him. Free kill. Get all the mats. Just come back. And from here on out, it's just a free win. I'm not gonna lie. So I just jump back from where he was going, right? And from this position, he has no idea, right? He just thinks we're up here. Look, he's just tarping out here. And suddenly, I just come in his back and pump him 150 or something. And that just finished him. That's it. That's how I won the game. And that's low-key, just simple, how you win games in Div 5. Just have a good off spawn. Do not die off spawn. That's it. And play those dead sides. Play those dead side, rotate, get center map, and just rotate early when it pulls that side. That's it. Save your mats.